Hello? Oh, hello. Fancy meeting you here. How's everybody doing? Good morning. For me. Did Twitch not come up yet? All right, Wayne's here for the first time. Finally caught a live stream. You know what we like to do the first time somebody's here on a live stream? This. Curry beer and live stream. Oh, that sounds good. Love me some curry. Hello. Hello. How's everybody doing? Alrighty. Well, hey, we got good news. I did manage to get Grafana and InfluxDB working last night, so I think I should be pretty good today. We should. I hate to say that, right? Because we're probably gonna mess everything up, but yeah, I think we should be. We have reasonable reason to hope that this is gonna be successful today. So, all right, Emmanuel just ordered a first 3D printer. Can I do some 3D printer stuff? Heck yeah, I can. I love 3D printer stuff. In fact, one of the things I need to do here soon, just because it's on my list, is I need to design a part for the bug. So we can go through how I do that. I don't know how exciting it would be, but we can go through it. We can just do it. Twitch is a few seconds behind YouTube. You can't see my videos with AdGuard to get blocked. It says I need a G Suite account. Ricardo, that's weird. I've had that too. Is that really an AdGuard thing? Because it's happening at our house too. You can talk about any mods you've done to your printer and stuff. I haven't done any. But maybe other people can tell us about theirs. I bought that's a big cup. It's just water. I was a good boy this morning, got on the treadmill a few miles, so drinking some water. And then we just had a little Easter egg hunt in the backyard for the kids. Hey, Renee, how's it going? Thanks for being here. It is AdGuard. How do you stop it from doing that? Because my kids, not that I don't care too much because there's plenty of other stuff for them to watch. They're not, but it's funny because sometimes it's blocked like Janice has tried to watch my streams and it gets blocked. So. Pi-hole instead of AdGuard. I got the Ender 3 Pro for $209 from Banggood. That's a dang nice price. Oh no, Pi-hole is deprecated? Oh, that's a bummer. So like gone? Like nobody's gonna pick it up and run with it? All right, new version of Home Assistant has been released, 108. Is that right? I can't update. We gotta fix that problem. We'll have to talk to Luma. I'll have to talk to Luma about the HA switch plate issue and see what we can do about getting it switched, getting it fixed. My network's screwed up today. I don't know what the heck's going on. Oh, from Home Assistant. Oh, replaced with AdGuard. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, AdGuard seems to be doing its job. From Pi-hole, yeah. Looks like a good one. Let's quickly look at the release notes so we can see what I'm missing. I looked at it when the beta came out a week or so ago, and I tried updating, and I ran into an error, and I couldn't finish. So what do we got here? Bosch environmental sensor, okay. Internet printing protocol. Why does this keep doing this? Terminated with errors. Reason local. I don't know what that thing's doing. Anyways, Tesla Powerwall. Okay, Nextcloud sensor, PV-PC, hourly pricing. Oh, this is like an electric company or something? I don't know what this is. Nexia? What's Nexia? Does anybody use that? We got 2 more people joining Nabukasa. That's fantastic. They must be doing well. That just means things are just going to get better and better and better. Integration logos and icons. Created a new repository containing all the brand icons and logos Home Assistant is able to integrate with. These images are, for example, used in our documentation. All right. Andigle. I like it. So when you have a device, it'll have the matching icon up here. Is that what that is? Okay, that's cool. Integration is now available for setup in the UI. Absolutely amazing to see all the upgrade integrations this release. Contributors have gone out and added support for all the integrations to allow them to be configured via the home system front end. Not all of them were ready for release. Nevertheless, it's amazing. Oh, so these are Freebox, Roku. Oh, so these you can all, you can set them up in the UI. Is that what that's all about? Awesome. Okay, this I thought was pretty cool. Lovelace map history. I remember seeing this. So you turn this on and you can see where you went. It tracks where you've been. It's not stalking if it's your family. Lovelace card entity. Added a new Lovelace card, the entity card. This card looks like the sensor card, but allows you to use an entity. Oh, that's good. That's awesome. What else we got here? Area configuration page. Added an overview page for areas. This page you can see all the devices in the area, but also the automation, scenes, and scripts that affect that area. That's awesome. That's really nice. Gotta start using areas. Horizontal stack now handles different heights better. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I actually had been adjusting my, like what the text was on a couple of my buttons because of this, it was kind of McJaggled like that. So now it'll all be nice and flush. That's fantastic. All right, Terrence Sieves. We're gonna do this one. I think there was a troll. There's a troll just came through. It was very difficult to order the cards. Yeah, for sure. That'll be nice. That'll be super nice. All right. Now this is interesting. This I was excited to check out. Remember how we were doing cameras on the Google Home Hub a couple streams ago? It looks like there is now support for cameras on Amazon Echo Show. Awesome. We got to test that out. Okay, so the profile page is where you can select your default Lovelace dashboard. Okay. Configuration pages are migrated to data tables. This means you can now search in your automation, scene, scripts, users, and areas. Awesome. Panel views can now also be edited with UI editor. Oh, that's awesome. So you know what that means. So for example, I've got some that are panels. Like this is a panel view. Let's see if the camera doesn't seem to be working. The network took a dump on us yesterday. I do not know what's going on. Okay, so this is a panel view. What that means is when you go here to configure, you can't edit this. You see that? There's no edit box. There's no edit box. You have to go here and undo panel mode. Now you can edit it. Okay, so what they're saying on that one is they've changed that. So now this will have an edit button on it, I assume, or some way to be able to edit that based on that. That's awesome. The graph from the sensor card is now available as a footer for entities in the card. Oh, excellent. Gosh, because having graphs has been kind of missing. That's kind of what we're doing today. Was that Gollum? My precious. Yeah, it was. 6 foot something Gollum. So that's great. And we're talking about graphs today. So perfect. Markdown, new user variable. Zigbee ZHA integration groups dynamically creates. Cameras added using the OnBIF integration now automatically use the still image provided by the camera. Okay. WLED got a few internal upgrades, has added new Wi-Fi sensors, and now has a service to control the effects of your WLED device. Yes! Yes, yes, yes! Thank you, Frank, or whoever did that. Oh, yes! All right. That looks pretty awesome. Well, breaking changes Lovelace themes. Discovered our theme logic was wrong. When you don't specify a theme for Lovelace or a view, you would default to the back-end selected theme, even when your local theme was different, or your view had a different theme. To fix this, we removed the options default and back-end selected from the Lovelace theme selection. Okay. And when there is not a theme set, it will not set a theme. Okay. This will make sure the element has the same theme as the parent. Okay. Freebox, I don't even know what that is. Anybody use that? Freebox is a specific router. Okay. Unify manual configuration has been deprecated, and the UI integration now supports all the previous. So if you're using Home Assistant add-on as your Unify controller, maybe emulated hue attributes have been deprecated using entities hidden. Okay. Roku now available as an integration. We have a couple of integrations. MQTT deprecated. Oh, this is the problem that I have. So if you have HA switch plates, mine are just having a doozy of a time today. I do not know what it is. I think after all this, I'm gonna have to just turn off the router, and turn it back on, do some, because things are just freaking out on me right now. My HA switch plate it's got a blank screen on it. Now that one over there is working. That one wasn't working a minute ago. Anyways, and I haven't updated. That's not because of updating. This has something to do with my network, I think. This is the problem that I ran into. So support for JSON attributes is removed from MQTT sensor, and JSON attribute topic should be used instead. If you go to some of the HA switch plates, I don't know how many of you even use these, so this might not be something that matters to too many. But if you go here, I can't remember where it is. Somewhere in here. Somewhere in here it does use that topic. Well, it does use that attribute. I don't know where it is. So it's like this, JSON attribute, whatever, and that's not allowed anymore. So it's a problem. And I tried just taking it out, fixing it, and it didn't work. But anyway, so if you have HA switch plates, you're going to have a little trouble until this gets sorted out on the HA switch plate end. But eventually it will. All right. What else? Sonos, cleaned up for radio streams, monoprice. Look at this. Lutron, Cassetta. I don't know what that does. Slack integration. Got an overhaul if you use Slack integration. Pretty sweet, eh? Awesome, awesome, awesome. What do you guys think? Top right has a refresh button. Try refreshing the super. Oh, you're talking about the manual. Yeah, excellent. Okay, so let's do it. What we've got here is my development version of Home Assistant. So this is just a second Home Assistant running. And I thought this would be a good way to do the quick install and setup of InfluxDB and Grafana without using mine. We'll use mine when we get to kind of setting up graphs, which I still need some help with. But I got it. I got the basics working. I can show you what I got working if it works. Let's see. Loading. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum. So these are just a few quick ugly graphs. This is power generation. It's kind of weird, and I don't know why. I guess it's not really updated because we should be generating some power right now. So maybe there's something else we need to do because it's not updated. This is not showing anything since midnight. Yeah, no. Okay. This is current information. Here we go. This is current information from right now. So something's wrong with the way that I did that. I think I kind of thought that was coming is because I made it an iframe. And there was somebody said something about it not updating. So apparently it doesn't update. So we got to work on that. Solar power generation, almost 70 kilowatt hours today. Yeah, it's humming today. It's bright outside. It's sunny. So we got some. We're going to sort out the best way to get around in this. But yeah. Right now it's 7.6. And I think that's as high as mine goes. That's the max. That's as high as mine will go. And then it's just how many hours does that matter? Does that last? First question, how much space can be generated with data and Influx and Grafana? Many gigas? You mean if by not using it on your database? So this still uses this doesn't replace your your Home Assistant database if that's what you were thinking. If you were thinking that, what you want is MariaDB. So we can get into that too. That wasn't very long. Tried this today and kept getting a log in pop-up, and didn't matter what I put in, it wouldn't log in. Sorry, I ate a sandwich right before. Now it's stuck. Tried to, let's see. Well, I don't know what that is, but we'll see if we can reproduce that, Gary. Let's do it. Okay, so first thing you got to do. Oh, what? I don't know which version I'm on. Currently running 107B. Oh, that's not too bad. All right, we're going to go to Add-on Store here in the supervisor, and we're going to find Influx first. This is Influx. I think it's because I'm doing that dark mode thing. Yeah. So it looks kind of screwy. There we go. All right, so we're going to do Influx. And let's see, down here. Oh, we have to install it first. I was trying to jump a step and go right to setup. Funny story, I had a 30 gigabyte Influx database from Glances. I set up a data retention policy, so hopefully that doesn't happen. Let me see what mine's making right now. Let's look in here and see what how big these files are. I don't even know. I assume, where would I find it? Probably add-ons. Nope. Share config SSL. Where would I find it? I don't see Influx here anywhere. Where is it? Oh, there's your video. Okay, there's a video great video on if you want to do MariaDB. Sir Goodenough's got a "What Are We Fixing Today" video. May not be able to find it in the Samba shares. Oh, okay. All right, we're going to put it on auto update. We're going to put it on the sidebar. So this is back to Influx. Start on boot, auto update, showing the sidebar. Excellent. All right, now down here in the config, the only thing we need to change, for me at least, is to set SSL to false. And that is what? It's a Boolean, right? Right. We're not going to do capitals. We're not going to do yes and no. We're just going to do false and lowercase, because we learned a lot of good stuff from Frank. We need some cool graphs in this weather here in the UK. Well, let's do it. Influx is in a Docker. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to see the size of it. How can you see the size of it, Mark? You tried to help me with this a long time ago, didn't you? I think I got it figured out. Well, I know I did. I got it working, but now let's see if we can reproduce it. Okay, so once I've changed SSL to false, that's all the setup that I need for Influx, and I can save it. Somewhere around here I had the, oh no, that's right, it's in this. We're going to go here. As is always the case, when we want to do something right, we should read the documentation. I know it hurts, but here it is. And here's the installation stuff. There's not much to it. Install it. Change the, we had to change this to false, this to false. And then start InfluxDB. This is because I'm not using encryption. I'm not using SSL. If you are, you leave it true. And then that's it. Once it's done here, we can, oh, did I not start it? Okay, we can check some logs, see what's going on down here. It's going to do a little business. Share Has.io add-ons data. Okay. Okay, maybe that's it. Let's go to the web UI. Bad gateway. Oh yeah, it says if you get a bad gateway, I read that somewhere. If you get that bad gateway thing, you just wait. Just wait a little longer and it finished setting up. It's just not quite done yet. Bum bum ba da ba dum bum. Things are blooming here. It's springtime around here. Like instantly, all of a sudden it's springtime now. You guys have springtime there yet? Still got a bad gateway. That concerns me. What was I saying? I get that bad gateway message all the time because I'm impatient. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. Oh, come on. Don't touch your face. Planted lettuce and carrots on my tractor ride video the other day. Nice. I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt. That's the kind of weather we're getting out here today. Something broke my Home Assistant install. If I go back to a blank default config, it boots, but otherwise it doesn't. I haven't made any changes, and reverting to a snapshot when I know it was working doesn't fix it. Uh-oh. That could be a hardware problem, Chris, do you think? Could something have died? Can we have unicorns? You bet you can. Okay. There, my heavens to Betsy. So that takes that first influx. It takes a bit. It takes a bit to start influx that first time. Space because I'm running on a VM Proxmox. Okay. We'll have to. So let's see. I think William said where we could find it, right? He said we could find it in. All right, Larko subscribed. We're going to do for Larko. What haven't we done yet? The train. You said it was in. Did you say it was in share? No. What did you say it was? Oh, you had to go to the Linux file system. May not be able to find it and sign it. Okay. Portainer, yeah. Okay, well, then maybe I found a reason to install Portainer, finally. All right, here we go. We are in Influx. This is InfluxDB. First thing you got to do, go to admin and then databases, and you got to make a database. We're going to create a new database, and we're going to call it Home Assistant. I would just stick with the same names if I was you. And then I think that's all we have to do for that one. Then we go to users, and there are already a couple users that it makes. We're going to make a new user. We're also going to call it Home Assistant, and we're going to give it a password. This is important. I wonder if Frank's got a limit on the password, what it can be. What should we call it? We should make a password that's like my universal password. It's going to be capital D, small r, ZZS, capital PW, number 1. Okay? Do you guys get all that? All right, so you put in a unique password here. Save it. No, I don't want you to save that. All right, that's it. I think that's all for Influx. Pretty sure. Oh, that's all you have to do for the Influx add-on. Now, we do have to add this to Home Assistant. So we have to do this in our configuration. Go back to the database and change the AutoGen database retention policy to something like 24 days. Oh, instead of infinity? To, this. AutoGen. Change this to something that's not infinity so that you have a limit of how much stuff it's going to save. Okay. Grant permissions. Oh, yes. Thank you. Permissions, all apply. Thank you. Good thing you guys are here. Okay. Did I get it? I got those couple things. Retention policies and permissions. Don't forget those. Mucho importante. All right. Now, back to this. Go team. That's right. Thanks for being here, fellas. All right, so now I'm going to copy all this, and I'm going to go back here. Do I have, I don't know if I have, oh, yes, I do have the file editor. Oh, good. And this is my configuration.yaml. This is not my real configuration.yaml. This is the configuration just for this development instance here. But we'll put this, we'll put it up here so everybody can see it somewhere. Right there. Paste that in there. Okay. This address is perfect. You don't have to change that at all. It has the port, and then we put the database name and the username. That's what we had in the setup for Influx, what I just did. So if you change it, if you don't use those two, then you have to change it here. I would just use it. Just keep it the same. Thank you, Daniel. We're going to do this one. Woo, that's loud. Isn't that loud? Yeah, that one's loud. I'm going to turn that volume down for next time. Sorry about that. Just realize why your Influx won't work. Haha, good. You know why mine wouldn't work? I had the wrong password in here. The password I put in here was like my Home Assistant password or something stupid. Oh, you're already using that port for something else. 8086? Oh, okay. Please set retention so it saves everything for 3 days, but then only aggregated values for a year. Ooh, Mark. Rolling retention policy. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, we'll tinker with that maybe. All right, and then this one I just have to change to the password that I set in Influx. Okay, and that's it. Save that, and we should be good. Config checkeration. Oh, so fast when there's nothing to check. Top tip for your configuration.yaml, put all of those headers in alphabetical order. It makes it much easier to find stuff. Well, until you split your config, right? Good. That is a good tip. It would be nice. My philosophy prior was just to put everything at the bottom. It just whatever is new, I just put at the bottom. But yeah, anyways. Where did you copy the config for Influx from? I copied it from, so when you go to the, when you're installing the add-on, there's a thing that says see the full documentation. There's a link. It says see the full documentation. I just click that. It takes you to this page. And this is right here. This is the sample. Man, got some stuff just freaking the heck out. I'm going to stop this. Oh, that's not it. Oh, yeah, that is it. Okay, maybe that'll stop some of the errors. Okay, we should be back to restart it, I would think. Yep, and there's InfluxDB. Okay, we're there. So let's see what you guys are talking about. Help me understand this retention thing. I'm going to read again what Mark Mulder and William are having a conversation about this retention stuff. Please set retention so it saves everything for 3 days, but then only aggregated values for a year. How do you do that? I have 2 retention policies. Oh, autogen. Does autogen change? Can you change that somehow? Doesn't look like you can. Something wrong with saving it for 24 days? I don't know. Help me understand. You can set different retention policies. Let's say you have values coming in each minute. You want to keep those for a short time, and afterwards, just keep the hourly average and dump the rest. Yes, that sounds perfect. I want to do that, Mark. How do I do that? You can set a different retention policies. Oh, that's what I just read. So how do you do that, Mark? Teach us, oh wise one, because we need to know. Will there be a 108 stream? I hope. Mr. Zumba, I'm not sure. Save mine for 28 days? Well, I wonder if I should have done that. So we got people setting it for 28 days, for 30 days. So is this one the short-term one and this one's the long-term one? Is that what you're saying, Mark? I'm waiting to hear back from Mark. Which is a fantastic question. Brendan, which is a fantastic. Well, that's exactly what I'd like you to show us, since I never got to work properly. It gets sticky very fast. Oh, okay, I got you. Hey, from Israel. Are you, Avi? You're in closing. Yeah, we all are in closing. I love it. Somebody was saying yesterday. I don't know that I want to change anything. Once all this virus stuff goes away, I think I'll just keep doing what I'm doing right now. It'll be fine with me. With the plus sign, you can add retention policy. Oh, really? So, Ron, is there some instruction on that? Where can we find sort of the instruction on that? Oh, the summarization thing. Okay. It is it the plus add retention policy in blue? Okay. Add retention policy. Name this retention policy. So you can set the retention policy quite easily, but then you need to get the data aggregation set up, and then it gets complicated quite fast. Okay. YouTube's default length for stats is 28 days, so I guess it's a popular time frame. I'm distracted doing the 108 update in the background. Okay, well, I'm not going to do... I'm going to have to do some research then, Mark, on that. I'm going to have to try it and see if we can figure that out. If somebody who's done it successfully out there in the universe wants to lend us your expertise about how you get that kind of separation, is that a word? Anyways, about how we can do what Mark's saying, where you keep, minute by minute sorts of data for 3 days or something, but then you keep, say, hourly or daily average for a year. We can set that up. We would like to. I don't know how. Is it possible to purge or reduce the amount of detail in an InfluxDB micro data becomes not so much relevant after time? Yeah. And you know what, Ole? That's kind of what we're talking about. We kind of want the micro data for a short period of time and then macro data over a long period of time, so we don't keep the micro data for a year, right? I agree. And I don't know how to do it. But let's definitely get back to it. And if anybody figures it out, if you guys want to do some research while we're working on this, the basic setup stuff, maybe that we could have something done by the end here. All right. So this is Influx. I think we're set up okay. We've got users, we've got a database, and we've got our, let's close that one. We do have our, we have it in Home Assistant now with this little InfluxDB over here. So now we got to do the other one. The other part is Grafana. And there's somebody was talking about Influx, being able to make graphs now too. So maybe you don't have to do the Grafana part or at some point, but for now, we're going to do the Grafana part too. So we go to the add-on store, we search for Grafana. There it is. And we install it. And we open up. This is what I was talking about. This is where you get the instructions. This is the link to the instructions. Click here for full documentation. Frank always has some good instructions here. It's usually pretty basic, simple stuff, but it definitely gives you the examples that you need. Frank's here. All right. Had to put the kid to bed. Sorry, I'm late. No problem. Thanks for being here, Frank. I think I got it figured out. Oh, maybe Frank can answer this question for us. So the question everybody's been asking, Frank, is how do you set up Influx so that it will keep your sort of minute by minute data for a short period of time, say a couple days, but then have a more longer term record of states and things, but not minute by minute. So say average over the hour, or once daily or something like that over like a year. So setting up different retention policies. Do you know how to do that? Are you good at that? Yeah, he did make a really good short video about this. He did. He was racing and he did it fast. All right. So here we are, Grafana. We're just going to change this SSL to false and save it. And that's all we have to do there, I believe. We're going to turn on auto update. We're going to turn on sidebar and we're going to start it. Yes, long-term aggregated storage. We'll get you a link. Hold on. Fantastic. It's called downsampling. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mitch. Downsampling. I like that. I like it. The built-in stuff is good for just playing around with the data. Okay, so the Influx graphs aren't that great. Okay. Well, I'll be interested to see what you guys have done with some of these Grafana graphs. I did toy around with it with Lovelace. You saw the problem I had. It seems like it doesn't get updated stuff. So we need to find a better way. You can just have a Grafana dashboard, but I was trying to just mix it in with other things. Your database is like 10 gigs. Yeah, that can't happen, right? Can't have that. Can't have that. All right, let's see how this thing's doing. That might be done. Yay, it's done. All right, back to instructions. We did that. We didn't bother with anything, plugins or anything. Okay. Using it with the Influx community add-on. Here we go. Doesn't come pre-configured. Create a user for Grafana on Influx. Create users. Create a new data source. So we're going to go back here, add data source. And it's going to be an InfluxDB data source. The URL is this, which is the same one that was in our configuration for Influx, if you recall. But this has the port added to the end. All right, and what else do we have to do here? Just make sure I get it. Access server default, leave them all disabled. Okay. Server default, leave all that disabled. And then here we go, the InfluxDB details. So we got to put the name of the database, which was Home Assistant. And the name of the user, this is what we set up in Influx. And then the password, which we all know, is DrZzs. Oops, I messed up. DrZzs. PW1. And then, does it matter with this git post? I don't remember what I have for this git post. I guess it doesn't matter. Let's just try hitting save and test. Okay, save and test. It's working. Is it better to create a separate user for Grafana? Oh. I did create the InfluxDB user already. Already did it. Maybe you missed. Maybe if I think that's what you're thinking. One user to rule them all. This is where you get the login pop up. So Gary, try. I think it might be. It has something to do with that, with the user that you set up. With this, with the user and the password you set up. So try changing that or verifying that. Because I was getting that before, but like I said, it was, you created a user for Home Assistant, but a separate user for Grafana. Okay. So you think it's, so Frank's saying better to go back into Influx and make another user for Grafana? Yeah. I know mine was a typo in the credentials when I had that problem. So let's see. Frank's saying let's go back to Influx. So I did save and test this. Good. So that one's done. Ready to go. Going to go back here. Going to go back to Influx admin. And we'll make another user, huh? I think this is where I got screwed up last time too. Grafana. I'm going to keep things simple and I'm going to use the same passwords. It worked the way I had it. What difference does it make? Like, what makes it better? Just finished writing a test. What did I miss? Oh, I don't know what you missed. I can't remember. Okay, so I'm going to use the same password, and we're going to we got to save it. Stop with this. And then we're going to change this to all for permissions. Okay, so now we have a Grafana user, a different Grafana user. So back in Grafana then, we're going to go back to our database, create our sources. I want to create a source. I want to look at the source I already have. Right. Which would be where? Don't have any dashboards. Data sources. There we go. Okay. We're going to go in here. Then this is our data source. Why is it called InfluxDB? Is that what it was called? Oh, I didn't give this a different name. I guess it doesn't matter what the name is, huh? And then now we want the database to be the Home Assistant database, but we're going to make the user Grafana instead. Okay. All right, we got subscribers. Gabbermorph and somebody else that I didn't see. We're going to do some explosions because we haven't had anything explode yet today. Thanks for subscribing, fellas. Thanks for being here. We'll change the name. Sure, we'll just call it Home Assistant. Make things easy. All right, save and test. Oh, look at that. Error authorizing Grafana not authorized to execute statement. Show retention policies on Home Assistant. Requires read on Home Assistant. Interesting. What do you suppose that's about? Talking about explosion, how's the bugs going? I haven't done much with the bug in a few days. I need to get out there. It will fill all the way up, yeah. Oh, did I click apply when I created the user? Maybe I didn't. Oh, I didn't give it any. Oh, I see. I didn't click apply. You're right. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I didn't apply the permissions. So picky. All right. Here we go. Back to the data source. Now we should be good. Yay, it's working. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. This is what happens to myself. Oh, good. Well, Gabbermorph, I'm glad it's happening to you too, so we can fix it. All right. So we now have Influx installed, and we have Influx filling in data from Home Assistant, which I noticed last night can take a long time before it gets everything. But again, I'm impatient. But it took a while. It took a while for it to, have sensor data that I could make graphs with. I kept searching and thinking, what's wrong? It's broken. It's wrong. It's broken. It's wrong. It's broken. But then, half hour later, all of a sudden I had a whole bunch of data. It only sends new data. So until it changes, until you get a state change, it won't send new data. Yeah. So, we can then switch from this one then to the other one. Referencing IP and port didn't work. This? Roger? You don't want, this is an IP import, right? This is exactly what's set in the add-on. And it needs to be exactly that. That doesn't change based on your port or anything. Is Hacks not available in the integrations page anymore? I don't know. Missed the beginning. Are you still using MariaDB? I am. So MariaDB is replacing the, I guess whatever it was, SQLite or whatever was for the default Home Assistant database. This is creating a separate database to make good-looking graphs with Influx and Grafana. That's all. Can't even delete the failed integration since the update. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Seamus. Can't delete what? Uh-oh. I'm hearing all these. So, Ron, make sure that you don't need to update the Echo Media Player as well. Try that. That's the name of the game sometimes when it comes to updates, too. Just this is the way it goes sometimes. Is it better? I think it is better, and I don't know exactly why, Daniel, but yes, it's better. And it's really easy, and Sir Good Enough just made a video about it, so you can go watch that. Just join the stream. But any talk about how to auto-purge data so it doesn't grow infinite in size? Yes. UDP collected support is not in the add-on. We're waiting InfluxDB 2. Okay. Oh, and I don't even have... I bet you... And we were going to get... Oh, I did get a notification that I'm streaming. And I know Frank was going to send a... How are we going to purge the data? Does Influx have a timeline when they plan to release 2.0? Network error, bad gateway. So the bad gateway one... I wonder if, Gary, you're having a problem with it getting installed. Is there not enough space on your disk or something to install the add-on or something with it not getting installed? Because the bad gateway part, I got that only when I was not waiting long enough. You've obviously been waiting a long time, right? This isn't brand new for you. You've tried it. So getting the bad gateway error was just when it hadn't finished installing. So I'm not sure. Oh, we forgot the port. Oh, good. Alexa Media Player. Oh, sorry, I said it out loud. Had breaking changes yesterday. They solved it last night. Thank you, Donald, for that information. You still get the pop-up. Man, there's got to be... I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you saw what pop-up I got, and it was because I hadn't given permissions in Influx to the users, right? Because I was in users, and I didn't grant permissions correctly to Grafana or whichever one I was using. So you make sure that's right, and then make sure the password that you placed here is, and don't get crazy with it. Just put something in that's going to be simple for you. Or are there password requirements every once in a while? I don't know if Frank has any control over this. See Discord, quite a bit of search history. Okay, there you go. Part 2 manual. Outdated. Still applies to the biggest part. Awesome. Thank you, Frank. So here's some stuff about... I'm going to have to read through this. Retention policy. Also defines some cluster parameters which are irrelevant for this article. Each database is associated with automatically generated retention policy. Most of the times when you pick up a database in capacitor UI using Influx query, database names, user trigger. Okay. Some basic stuff. Let's see if there's more stuff about retention. So we'll go into the part 2 here. Part 2 is about retention. Gotcha. Okay, so this is where the answer is going to be. If you guys want to sort of start perusing this, thank you, Frank, for providing. This is the part about retention. Phil from the podcast did a brilliant video on this topic and graphs. Yeah, he did. Long time ago, right? He did. Now that I understand it, now that I actually have it working, I should go back and watch it. I tried watching his video about it way back when, and it didn't click, for me. Something didn't click. I wasn't getting them connected to Home Assistant. I wasn't getting them connected to each other, Influx and Grafana, and so it just went poopy. Home Assistant AutoGen state. So here we've got some information. It's nothing super useful, but it's here because there's hardly anything in this. I don't know how to do this. Submit query. What are we going to get? Nothing. equals, oh, entity ID. I don't know how to get anything here. Okay, well, since it's obviously connecting to Home Assistant and it's getting some information because I've got like my sun filter and stuff. And then I guess, I don't know what this is going to be about. So if I want sun, azimuth, there we go. There's the, oh, I can do this. This is the, shows the elevation of the sun. Okay. So I don't have very much to work with here, but because I don't have anything in this Home Assistant development version, but here's what it does have. So anyway, so it's working. So I know that the information is coming in there. Now we're going to go to Grafana, and the next thing you would do is a new dashboard and add a query, and then start going through this. Let's see. Default select measurement state where the entity ID is equal to year symbol. And you want azimuth, there's no data. Elevation, there's no data. I don't know if this is the right one to do here. So what we'll have to do is, now that I've got, because I don't have much data here, so we'll go back to mine now and see the data. Didn't see where I did anything different, but I get the darn login pop-up when I click save and test. Man, that is a bummer. I wish I knew why, Gary. Yeah. You need to help Gary. Let's maybe in Discord post some screenshots or something, Gary, or what else could be going on? Maybe these other smart fellas could think about, outside of, you know, having the wrong names, having the permissions, you know, password problems, those kinds of things. What else could be stopping him from being able to do the save and verify part of that database? All right, so let's go back now to my Home Assistant, the real one. And we can go into Grafana. And now we can do a new dashboard. So let's do, nope, I want a new dashboard. We're going to add a query. All right. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know what this, if that matters. Select measurement. Let's select a measurement. Temperature seems to be a popular one. Oh, it looks like I don't have. Isn't that funny? Maybe it's because it needs to be autogen? No. That is crazy. How come I don't have the data now? Select measurement. So somewhere I don't know why I don't have temperature in here. I did last night. Funny enough, it was a DB corruption on Home Assistant. Keep it from coming up. Rename the database and it started right up. Yeah, I should just be able to put F for Fahrenheit, but it's not there. It was, I swear it was there last night. Am I using the wrong? Oh. F for you Luddites. Yeah, you see what's happening here, which is crazy to me because I have, if we open up another one. Like it's showing my temperatures right here. So let's look at a one that I've already done then instead of a new dashboard. Let's look at a dashboard that I've already got. Oops. Discard those. So if I want to look at my dashboard that I already have, this one, I can add a query or add a panel to it. And in that panel, I can do a new. And then if I do select measurement, it's not there anymore. Does it purge? Yeah, I can connect the dots. I know what that that part is true. Oh, now it's got no power, no generation. Great. Look, it's got all my temperatures, and they're like up to 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago. I was getting temperatures. All right, thank you, sir. Good enough. We added an Influx Grafana channel on Discord. Go to the query you already created. Okay. Still learning to navigate these. So I don't want to create. So why? How do I go to the query again that I already created? Dashboards, home, manage, playlist, snapshot. So I can go to this is my dashboard. Dashboard settings. I don't see where the query is. So I go here, but I don't want to see this. I want to like edit this one again, and I can't. Little arrow in the title of panel. Ah, there we go. Thank you. How could I have not found that? It was so obvious. Okay. Oh, endless buffering. No. I touched my face again. You do that every time. All right, now, see this? It's here. Why is it not showing up in the new ones? Huh? So it's here. And it's updating. You can see where a lot of these were last updated. Just now. Don't touch your face. That is weird, right? Okay, good. As long as everybody agrees that's weird, that always show Molly's there. How could you miss that? Oh man. Good times, good times. Okay. Let's go to this one and edit and see if F shows up here as an option. No. Look, this one's got nothing. All I've got is %. Weird stuff's happening. Weird. Because that's another Influx database, and the new one didn't have enough data. F5 and I'm back. Working on Grafana for a few days and didn't know that either. That's why we're here, to point out the little bitty arrows so you can find out how to edit stuff. Oh man, that is some strange business. This one doesn't want to give me anything but watts either. Craziness. Craziness. Well, typically, add a query, select a measurement, and you should have. And what I saw last night was at first, this is what I was saying. At first, I didn't have temperature in here. And that was because the temperature wasn't updating in Influx. But this should be updating. So I'm not sure. Thank you, Frank. I'm not always aware. Okay, a little quicker. Your queries have open, edit ID, humidity sensor. Oh, okay. So if I just go here and pick entity ID, then I can just pick my temperature sensor. And I skip this whole unit of measurement nonsense. That's awesome. Awesome. Okay. No data. I wonder why. Let's find one that has some data. Let's look at the oh, Frank's calling. Frank to the rescue. Hello. Frank to the rescue. All right. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm fumbling around. I'm failing. Hey, but I was so excited to just get the dang thing installed. Where's my fail button? I know I have a fail button here. Here it is. Boom. Great. Great. After we stop laughing. Okay. Oh, you can't hear him? Okay. Probably not. Let's see. Oh, it's not you. I'm sure it's me. It's not you. Let's do this. Okay, now you can hear him. I bet.
Yeah?
No hats?
No hats? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I got an echo now.
Echo.
Okay,
I'm going to fix this.
All right, Rob's here. Whoa, here thinks that DrZzs secretly started his YouTube channel to get personally tutorial through. That's totally true. That's totally true. I can't. I'm not even going to deny it. He's a mushroom in the dark.
So the hat is a bit boring.
Whoa, look at the tie. Nice. I got nothing.
I'll have to change up a bit, right? Let me get
Keep
some
it fresh.
light in here as well. I just hit call. That's just stupid. But okay, about the this should be my light. Here we go.
Oh man, beautiful tie. All right, so help us. What the heck is going on?
So what the heck is going on? So a query consists of a few parts. One is where do you want the data from? So you see a little from there. And it says default. Default is the data source. So the default data source is now Home Assistant, so that's fine. You can leave it at default. But if you have multiple Home Assistant instances, or you will add, I don't know, MariaDB to it, you can select like where you want the data from. The measurement you select, that depends a bit. If you want a graph with like temperature measurements, then you can start selecting the measurement there. For example, if the where clause behind it, that's the limitation on which data you select from the data source. So if you limit it on entity ID is a sensor, the measurements available will become limited to the measurements available for that sensor. But it also works the other way around. So if you select as measurement like Fahrenheit or Celsius, then the entities you can select have to provide the Fahrenheit in that case. So the sensors will be limited. So it's
It's here now.
So it plays a bit together, right? The domain is censored. That's possible too. Then you get all the entities that are in that domain, and then you can filter by, well, humidity, temperature, whatever you like.
I know you're watching this on a delay probably because I didn't
Yeah.
share my screen back, but now when I go to select measurements, now I've got Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
It wasn't there 30 seconds ago, 2 minutes ago.
So the where clause limits actually what you're selecting. So you can limit it by domain or by entity, but it also depends on the selected measurement and the other way around. So those two are like depending on each other. And if you do not see your unit of measurement you need, that's probably caused by the part of the where clause that limits it too much at that point.
Okay.
Or the other way around. If you select a unit of measurement and you do not see the sensor, then means the sensor does not provide that unit of measurement.
Now it's not there. Oh, now it's up here at the top. But some of the others aren't, because I had a whole bunch of them a minute ago. Interesting. So if I go where and domain and sensor, now I can go back here to units of measurement, and I've got a whole bunch more units of measurement that I didn't have before.
Yeah, that's because a lot of sensors you have there, and that's probably MQTT related, do not provide a unit of measurement. There are a lot of sensors in there that are not having a unit of measurement. And if that happens, the name of the entity becomes the unit of measurement, because sensor dot, I don't know, PV output is not a unit of measurement. It's not in the Wikipedia as a unit of measurement. You can fix this, but you have to set up your MQTT in that case correctly. So if you add a sensor to MQTT, you have to define the unit of measurement on that sensor. If you do not do that, InfluxDB will not have a clue and will use the entity ID as the unit of measurement as a fallback.
Okay. I did not realize that this could have been limiting what was going on over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the basics.
Okay. Now, before you go.
Oh.
Okay. Do you have a good handle on this this limiting how long it remembers stuff? That's kind of a big deal. So we don't have these huge files where it's keeping, minute by minute data for a year or something.
Actually, I don't care. I have 12 terabytes on storage on my Influx, and I just store things indefinitely.
Get asking you. Okay.
But the second, like the second part of the link I sent you, it explains it. It can be done, but it's a little bit daunting. And yeah, personally, I don't care.
I'll have to read through this. It's
pretty complex.
Yeah.
Well, the thing for like everything in Influx, the data you send in is important. It must be correct. So if the unit of measurement isn't correct, like correct it in Home Assistant. Make sure the sensor has the correct unit of measurement. If that is off, your data will always be like not what it actually is.
Okay.
So yeah, getting your data straight is
pretty
important. It's good to play around, but if you see something is off, like correct it.
Do you have Grafana graphs in your Home Assistant display at all? Do you use it in Lovelace?
No, I don't use it in Lovelace. That's not possible, actually.
Oh.
The problem is if you take a graph and put them in Lovelace as an iframe, it will work unless you open up a new browser. You come back later, and then the graph suddenly don't work. The workaround for this is go to the Grafana tab and then back to your dashboard, and then the graphs suddenly work again. That's because Ingress needs to be authenticated with Grafana, and that only happens when you click Grafana in the sidebar. And after it's authenticated, it will work. But that's something I cannot fix, and hopefully that someday that will be like vanished. But from the add-on perspective, that's not fixable.
So I did exactly that. I just added these. I added the dashboard from Grafana that I was tinkering with last night, and I added it as an iframe. And then you saw this. Well, if you were on, you probably missed it at the beginning. But when I went in to look at them, they weren't updated since midnight. And here they are. Like we can look at this, and these are from midnight. last night that they weren't updated.
Yeah, that's because of the URL you used. In the URL, you
Okay.
can actually define the URL that you embed. You can actually define how often it refreshes and what time frame it shows. By default, it will show you the time frame you've seen last time you visited the page. So it's fixed now. But you can also change the parameters in the URL to show the last 15 minutes or 6 hours, which is probably the thing you're looking for. But that's fiddling around with the URL. It's all all except easy.
Where do you find, because last night I found this, that if you put and kiosk here, then it gets rid of a lot of that stuff. If you take that out, then you've got all this gooba up here at the top. So where's a good place to find those definitions? Like, what does that, like that kind of refresh thing you're talking about?
Yeah.
If you wanted to
If
tag
you go
something
to
onto the end of
Grafana and you pick up a dashboard, and you will say share, I think it will show options. I never use this part, actually. I do not have my Grafana available at this point.
Okay, that's okay.
I'm running a dev version right now and stuff broke.
Wait, stuff broke for you?
Yeah, I run dev, mate. At this point, I'm filling a code now.
Okay, so if we go to this dashboard and we hit share, it will give us this URL, but see, template variables, it only gives you a couple of options. Current time range. Oh, I guess if we take the current time range off.
Yeah, that's it.
Template variables.
I cannot, I'm pretty much delayed.
Yeah, it's okay.
Grafana has tons of documentation on their website, and it almost all applies. So,
okay,
but it's all but easy. Like, this is not a really a easy click and play interface. Like, you can pretty much achieve something pretty quick, but you have to really invest time to get this right.
Okay. Well, I was happy that I got to the point of at least getting something to show up in Home Assistant with some data in it, which I was not able to do previously. And that they are nice looking graphs. And right now it's kind of hard to find good, or to make good graphs in Lovelace for a lot of things, it seems like. Is that?
Well, what Grafana, like the way Grafana does it, that's not comparable what you can do in Lovelace. That's like a totally different class of tools.
Yeah. Well, I think what I was hoping for is just something like this, just to be able to show, you know, a dashboard as an iframe. And if I can do that and get it to update appropriately, then that would be useful.
That is possible, but you have to fiddle around with the URL and find out which parameters to use. I got a really nice dashboard from someone, by the way. I'm going to copy it to you for showcasing and inspiration.
Getting our hopes up.
Yeah, keeping you motivated to struggle through this all, I guess. So that's probably nice for the viewers as well. I hope it's good enough for the stream, because it's not like the highest resolution. But this is one I saw in the chat somewhere. I'm not even sure which server. But this is...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
This is a Home Assistant instance. So for inspiration...
And this is... Wow. That's awesome. Okay, who did that? You don't know who posted that?
I'm not sure.
You can attack them next.
I've saved the image, like, okay, this looks cool, and I stored it somewhere, but yeah.
Yeah, and that's great. And it shows that there are other things, like there's bars, there's different kinds of display options. You don't have to just do the graphs all the time. So
yeah,
that's beautiful. Super cool. Okay. I know you said you didn't have much time. So
no, I don't.
Thanks for popping in. Did you accidentally hit the call button?
No.
Oh, okay. You meant to call.
No, I was seeing your struggle with the where and from. I was like, no, we'll give a little bit of context, and that will help him a bit there.
Help a ton. All right, amigo. Thanks a bunch.
See you later, guys. Choo-choo.
Choo-choo. See you, Frank. Thanks. All right. Well, that was good. It's nice to have smart friends, isn't it? Okay. It's not really built for embedding. Yeah, I'm noticing that, Mitch. I'm noticing that. So, but you can, because because you have the ability to have the Grafana over here, and you can just go to Grafana and you can have it displaying your dashboard here. You know, you can, I think you can click away and then click back to Grafana, and hopefully it will take you back to that dashboard where you left it. Nope, it won't. But you can, so at least you can do it in here, in this kind of a situation. But anyways, you can display dashboards inside Grafana. Really good, yeah. And you can make playlists. I was watching a video last night. I watched a guy do a really good, he was good. And I posted it in Discord. Did I post it in the general last night? It was really good and really helpful. And he had made a mirror, you know, one of those, what do you call them, magic mirrors or whatever. And it had, and he was using, here we go. Is this one, Geek Toolkit, I think? I'm going to copy both of these and reshare them because it was really good. This was very helpful. Magic Mirror, this fella. I'd like to talk to him. I think, I can't remember what his name was. Geek Toolkit. He's a good dude, useful, good stuff. And then this one also had some useful information. So, DIY Perks made a mirror. This one, did he make the DIY Perks though? This guy, that video I just shared, he uses Home Assistant and shows you how to get Grafana graphs going through a playlist. So you make dashboards and put panels in them, and then you have a playlist, and Grafana will display one graph after another, and it'll switch. Oh, good. Gary's asking, do you have to enable auth for InfluxDB data source in Grafana? You just did it and you got it working. Oh, well, you saw what I did. Dang, I keep touching my face. You saw everything I did, Gary. I didn't do anything else. Oh, Eduardo, just subscribe. Thank you, Eduardo. We're going to do this because it's been a while and I need to dance. So I have a really old laptop, like 12 years old. Could I download Intel NUC image and install Has.io on it? Yes. Or would it not work? It should work. It totally should work, Marco. And that's actually a really good way to do it. A lot of guys did that or have done that because then you have a built-in battery backup. So if the power goes out in your house, your Home Assistant doesn't really go down. Now, nothing else in your house is going to work, so it probably won't matter too much, but you don't have to worry about power going out. And usually you have more storage space and better processor and some of those things. So. Oh, let's see, Ole. I'm sorry, I've missed so many things here in the chat, but let's see. After upgrading to 1.0 without any changes, memory usage. Oh, I see a lot of sad faces. Lost all Echo devices. No. Bandwidth is throttled. I'm only getting 36p. No. Have an account, but I have none of my Echoes. No. Memory usage went up 12%. Well, roll back, Ron. Roll back. Back it up. Back it up. Did someone post that image? Oh, the one that I just had up here? This thing's awesome. So I don't know if I don't think I did enable anything different. We can look at Grafana and see. Where did you find that? Was that in the add-on? That was probably in the add-on, right? Oh, maybe you had it set to false. Okay. I know what happened, Gary. I know what you're talking about now. So Gary's error, if I am understanding correctly, look at these, I've got too many, was here. Nope. Oh, in Influx? It was in Influx. It was in Influx, not Grafana. This. Did you have that set to false, Gary? Was that your problem? Frank is a darling. There's a great Proxmox dashboard for Grafana. Oh, cool. So now if you have dashboards, Bruno's here. Bruno's here. Do I use OBS to stream? Yes, I do. I'm trying, but I have almost 50 seconds of latency. Oh, man. I would love to try and make it work for you, Bruno. But yes, that's what I'm using. I'm using OBS. So does Frank. I don't know what the latency comes from. Bruno is fantastic. Do you guys know Bruno? I love Bruno. He's awesome. He's from Portugal. He makes the BH family of devices. And what have you been making lately? I know you were making masks. You were doing, did you get to ventilator stuff yet? And Bruno's a superstar. Thanks for being here, man. Yeah, OBS or OBS Streamlabs. That's true. I use Streamlabs OBS. There's a great Proxmox. So dashboard, how do you do that? Trillis Adventures. So you go grab that dashboard somehow? Like you go in Grafana and you can import somebody else's dashboards? Is that what you're saying? For what it's worth, I will show you how I did this. So if you wanted to embed Grafana graphs in Lovelace like I did here, and Frank talked about the problems with that, and I don't know yet how to totally fix them. It's just a web page card, which is really, there's not an option for web page card in the user interface option. So you just have to select a manual card, and then the type is just iframe. And then the URL, you remember this little guy? Frank showed us about that on the YAML tutorial stream we did. You put this URL, which you get from here when you are showing a dashboard. You go to share, and it's this URL right here. So let's try it with turning off the current time range and then copying this. We're going to go dark theme. So now we're going to copy that. Oops, I cut it. That's fine. And we'll go back in here and we're going to paste it here. It's too long. So it's still only showing from last night. That's weird. The aspect ratio I had to change to get it to be able to show the whole thing. If I kept the aspect ratio smaller, and then I would have to do quite a bit of scrolling to get it to show up. We can do that and I'll show you what it does. So it's only this big, and you got to scroll through to see them. They're there, you know. I mean, it's not bad. It's not useless. It's really cool. I don't think there is an option for web page card. Let's look again. When I looked at it, I didn't think I saw one. Entities, buttons, gauge, glance, history, markdown, map, light, media, picture, plants, picture, sensor, thermostat, weather, entity, filter. Oh, there is web page. How did I miss that? That's what happens when you do this stuff in the middle of the night. Thank you, Jason. Jason, you get stickers today. Can we make Jason the sticker winner? Jason's been super, super helpful. You might be right about that. Let's see. Can we import data from before Influx has been started? I don't think so. Okert, I don't think so. But I don't know. Maybe Jason knows. Or somebody else. You can put a refresh parameter in the URL to have the refreshing automatically. So, all right, Valcub, what is a refresh parameter? How do I format the refresh parameter? Because that's exactly what we want to do. Put its own view and mode turned on. That's what I did too. Michael, look right here. I got this one right over here. This is my Grafana page. So this is a panel. So when you go to configure UI, this is a panel. It's panel mode turned on. So with panel mode turned on, it just fills the whole screen. And then if I was in Grafana and I, had more, more stuff here. If I added more panels, did another query, something like this, instead of making this a, see, you know what, that's fine. Oh, a couple things to show you. This is AQI, so this has to do with like the allergy index, I think. If you want it to fill in, you need to put, wait, let's see. You need fill, you want fill none, not fill null. right? And then it makes bars. Yes, there you go. So fill none, not fill null. And then you get this. Format time series, whatever. But then you can go to visualizations and you can change this. It doesn't have to be a graph. It can be that, or it can be a gauge, or it can be a bar. Well, if I had multiple things, I could do a table, single, and then I don't know what some of these other things are. Alert list, heat map. Ooh, that's cool. So I think most of the time you're going to use graph. This stat thing looks kind of cool. Gauge is definitely cool. Bar graph would be cool, especially if you had multiple things on there. And that's kind of what you saw with that, crazy gorgeous example. He's using mostly bar graphs, or a lot of bar graphs, and then some of just the stats, I guess. Pretty cool. Okay, there we go. Refresh. 10 seconds at the end of the URL. Mitch for the win. Okay, let's check it out. Let's try that. All right, let's go back here then to this, and we're going to edit the URL that's associated with this. Take it out of panel mode. And this is, like we said, this is something that's changed in 108. So you don't have to go out of panel mode. Whoops. You don't have to go out of panel mode to edit it now. So that's fantastico. All right. Sakashita. Sakashita unicorns. I think that's everybody's favorite. So and kiosk. And then we're going to put and refresh equals 10 seconds. Okay. It's interesting. Why is it still... Maybe my power generation is still showing midnight. It's probably because of when I took that URL, right? So if I go back in here, this one's messed up. Let's edit this one. And it still says none. Why would it not? Watt entity ID power generation. This is the voltage one down here. I wonder why with just that. Let's make it look a little different. Bars, points. So you can do lots of cool stuff. How do you change the colors? There's got to be a way to change the colors too, right? There's my power generation. It's like full throttle. That's awesome. I like this. We're going to keep that one. Okay. And then I can just save it. And then when I share it, I guess I can share just that one single dashboard. Okay. Oh, let's turn off time range. And we'll copy that. And let's go back here and go to my labs here. We'll just add another one. And then web page. And then paste the URL in here. And then we're going to add this. See Discord again. Okay. Oh, last 3 hours. Oh, awesome. Dynamically. Ooh, I like it. So there are a lot of different parameters. Sweet. So Frank just posted this one. So we're adding to the end of this. Now from equals now minus 3 hours and 2 equals now. Sweet. Hello.
I ate too much chocolate from my son.
Oh no. Already?
Yeah.
You're hot.
Do you have hot?
I have water. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, I forgot to put the kiosk in there. I forgot to put kiosk. And it looks like aspect ratio of 300 is not quite enough anymore. So this takes some tinkering for sure, but it's awesome. I like it. And then we're going to do and kiosk. And yes, there it goes. And this needs to be bigger now. Okay, that might be too big. Okay. I don't know if that's going to be too big or not. Okay. What did I do? I did it in 2 different places? Power generation. Oh, and the last 3 hours. So this is because 3 hours ago, we probably weren't making as much. Maybe we were. Anyways. That gives you some starting points, huh? With the refresh you already have, it will update automatically. Oh, okay, cool. So that plus the refresh. Let's put the refresh back in. So here's a few things. I will put this in because some of you guys know this stuff, right? Obviously, thank you guys that do know so much for sharing so freely. Let's see, is this the one I was doing? Nope. I messed up and was editing the wrong one. There we go. From now and kiosk, and then we're going to put this part on the end. So on the end, you're going to want this. So this will back it up 3 hours, turn it into kiosk, and refresh it. What do you guys think? Okay, for those of you that need that, there you go. I use share, embed, copy the link between the first set of quotes. How different is it? Because I did see that. If you go to Grafana, instead of, there's also these other things like snapshot, I think just gives you one image, right? So that's not going to be so useful. But when you go to share, wait, I thought I saw embed somewhere. Hold on. Z's insert, maybe only single graph. Yeah, probably true too. Just do one graph at a time. So you can, now at this point, you can customize how you like. Is anybody else had trouble getting it working? Because until last night, I'd tried a few times and was never able to actually get Grafana working. Remember the arrow? It's in the arrows. I should have known. Oh, I should have guessed arrows. So here, share, embed. So now it'll just be this one. So I can just take this down to there, I think. Yes. Copy that. And let's go put that in on Lovelace. We'll go to this one. This will be my Grafana one. We're just going to add some more. We're going to go down here to web page. And we're going to paste that in. And then we're going to, not the frame border and not the height and width. Those things are all, so panel ID 6. So I can take this out. Right? Of course, right. That actually looks pretty cool. Just like it is, though. That looks pretty cool. Oh, now I need the refresh stuff. Think we're going to need the explosion animation. Here it comes. Look out below. I copied too much. Well, how far do I need to, where do I need to cut it off? Panel ID number 6. Right up on setting up Proxmox and Influx and the Influx channel in Discord. It's not the simplest thing to do, but it's very doable. Thank you very much, Mark. And then we need the part that I pasted, this stuff, to keep it updated, right? At the end. No problem with this. I don't know what origin ID 1 panel equals 6. That should all be fine, right? Maybe it's because it doesn't have property value of undefined. Oh, then it's going to work anyway? No. So what happens when you don't know how to use URLs? Let's just try, what happens if I take that part off? Oh, you can't do that. Definitely have to have that on there. If you remove the from and to, it defaults to data from today only. Oh. Is that what this is? Interesting. Okay. There we go. Now we got the kiosk and we've got the now minus 3 hours and the refresh. 10 seconds is kind of a lot. Let's make it like a minute. Hey, I'm actually really happy with that. I'm actually really happy. Every and is a new field. Ah, okay. I'm actually really happy with that. Probably not kiosk, probably not needed for that one. Probably true. That is awesome. Yaros, subscribe. Thank you, my friend. Let's do more unicorns. Just peaceful. So good. So good. I'm excited. I'm happy. This is so cool. I like this. I am digging it. So I don't need kiosk because I snagged it from the embed instead, right? Simple things for me, right? I'm a simple guy. I need simple pleasures. I need one success, and that'll keep me going for a long time. And many of you play golf. How many play golf? No spaces are allowed. Then you break things. My philosophy for golf is I just need to hit one good shot, and that'll keep me going back. I might hit 100 crappy shots, but if I hit one good shot, I still remember like the handful of really awesome shots I've made in golf. You know, out of hundreds and hundreds of shots. And this is the same kind of thing. You get a success, you get something that shows up like this. Now I can take this and move it. We'll have to check and see how it works with the refresh stuff, but I have no reason to believe that you guys, we're going to move this to a different, just for kicks, we'll move it to the office. So now when I go to this office field, there it goes, shows up. Can you see that? Isn't that beautiful? It's beautiful. The 19th hole. That one good shot. I got one good shot. Thanks to you, Frank. Much, much appreciated. And everybody else. Oh, let's see, we got Mark's been trying to test me. Oh, what do we got? Did a write-up on getting Proxmox data into home system requires an edit in the Influx config, so I don't think Frank's enabled in the plugin. Okay, cool. Mark's got something here that's to share. Proxmox telemetry. Okay, cool. I'm going to post this. I'm just going to copy this into this because that is another write-up about getting Proxmox data into Home Assistant. That's awesome. So you can see what your Proxmox machine is doing. And you can get data from your CPU and memory and stuff into Influx. And this looks like you're not even doing it in Grafana. This is just Influx graphs, right? I think that's awesome. Thank you, Mark. As always. You know we have dashboards now, right? Stats dashboard in Lovelace, full of sexy data. Stats dashboard in Lovelace. Let's find this thing. I know we have dashboards. I know I can go here. Nope. Lovelace dashboards. Oh, I see what you're saying. You want to you're saying make a dashboard that is sexy data. I got you. Yeah. And put it on one specific tablet or something. The getting Influx to work and getting the data from Influx into Grafana and being able to at least start making some kind of a graph is Cloud 9 for me today. That requires collect D. It is quite a pain to run in the add-on or Telegraph. Both will change soon with the release of Influx 2, so this is why I'm not adding it now. Excellent. You can also get pfSense data into Grafana with a pfSense add-on. Wow. It's a lot of stuff to learn. That is a lot of stuff. All right. So good. Golf is playing with marbles for people who are too lazy to bend over. Everybody's probably seen Robin Williams, the late great Robin Williams' little skit on golf, how golf was invented. He swears a lot, and he was obviously high on something, I think, during that, but it's pretty funny. All right. What now? We got 15 more minutes. What do you guys want to do? That was an excellent Influx Grafana setup and get it working. Try another theme like OS Dark with Grafana. You know what? I think the Influx or the Grafana stuff kind of keeps its theme. So if I change my theme here, which it doesn't want to do. If I change my theme to something else, I don't think it changes. Let's try it. You said, I'll just try something silly here. Sure. I don't think that's going to change the graphs. See, those stay the same. That's set in Grafana. Getting no state data on all my graphs. Oh no, Mark. No state data in all your graphs. I wonder how. Have you've been using Grafana for a while, right, Mark? It's not new for you. Because you showed me how. So I wonder what changed. What could have changed for old Mark? Oops. Let's go to a light. Let's go look at a light one. Gosh, all mine are dark. I can't get a light theme. Can I get a light theme? Oh, logbook. Don't do that. Yeah, they're the same. They do have, Grafana has, when you make the graphs in Grafana, you can change between a light and a dark theme that is theirs. I have too many things over here now. I can't tell anything apart. So if you go back to your stuff here, trying to remember where it is, dashboard settings. Oh, I think it was in when we did each panel, right? So let's go back to this panel. We'll edit the panel. I think it's here. Maybe that's a bad one to pick. Let's pick a different one. You can do all kinds of visual things here. It just takes tinkering to figure it out. Where does the... You guys saw the light influx is not related to recorder and thus not related to the local DB, okay? Mode. I know I saw it somewhere. Because it was asking you if you wanted light. Maybe it's when you export it, huh? Maybe it is when you export it. Theme. Current, light, dark. There's the light. There's the light version. You've hooked up Grafana to your SQLite database? Oh, is that what Mark did? Influx, okay, so that's all that. Hey, Tycho, how are you? It's parameter and URL, right, but the local DB is where the graphs come from. Okay. Anyone get the following error when trying to compile ESPHome? Looking for async TPM library registry API. You know what you might check, RJ Chu. Somebody was just talking about that just in the last day on the ESPHome on the ESPHome Discord there, and their solution or their problem was related to the location that they were accessing the internet from. It was like in a school or something, and they didn't have they couldn't get the ESPHome connection because it was restricted based on where they were trying to contact or something like that. Let's pick the next stream. What do you guys want to do tomorrow? Because I'm pretty sure I'm not working. I'm pretty sure I'm not working. Did you guys see my Instagram post? Let's show you. Instagram. This one. Go show me some lights. Look what's happening. You see this? Yes. This is not the greatest example, but it was immediate. But looky. I got Hyperion working again. Well, not again. I never had it working the first time, but I got Hyperion working. This is Dawson playing Xbox. Pretty sweet, right? Pretty sweet. Let's see. Is this the... Yeah, so here you can see just with a little more colors. I think that game didn't have a lot of great colors, but it's working. And the way I got it working was actually with the Raspberry Pi Zero, but the lights are controlled by a WLED D1 Mini. So, isn't that cool? So back to our choices. Let's look at. Let's talk about what our options were from the list of stream topics yesterday. Oh, I just dropped my screwdriver. All right, so we did InfluxDB, Bitwarden. Bitwarden is one we need to look at. Dab, nice guys. Does anybody do that anymore? Just me? I like that. That's awesome. ESPHome. What would you like to do, Niles, with ESPHome? What would you like to do? Looky. Doc playing hooky. What game is that? I'm a real pirate phase. Oh, really, Mike? That is Sea of Thieves. It's actually pretty fun. It's really nice graphics and stuff. I haven't played it in a couple of years now. I played it when it first came out. It was good. And then I haven't played it in a long time. But anyways, it's a really cool game. It's fun. Even uninstall Influx, reinstall Influx, but I don't need to have Influx to see the state graph in Lovelace. Some config moving. We could do some config moving. Fully, here's the options. Fully kiosk browser. Remember fully kiosk browser? That was a big one. The other one is the monitor BLE thing. I actually have been, maybe it's going to work. I don't know right now. My network has been so screwy. Oh, good. It looks like things might be back to normal. I'm hoping. Maybe things are back to normal in my network. MariaDB, we can do that. Home Assistant does not update from Influx. Okay. So we're going to connect to this Pi. Okay. So what I've done, I guess there's no really, why do I even bother pulling this up? Anyways, I was following this, I think I told you guys about it. If I can find the right page, this one. Oh. Too many screens, too many windows. This. Home Assistant Bluetooth proximity. And this is using a Raspberry Pi. This is from JX Larera. Genius. And what he's done is use the Raspberry Pi. In his example, it was 0, but I think a 3 will work. And I've got most of it set up on a 3 right now. I just haven't done the last part, which would be to set up the sensors in Home Assistant. But basically it takes a Raspberry Pi, because it has the Bluetooth card, the Bluetooth function, whatever, and has the ability to identify specific devices. So you can put the Raspberry Pi with this thing on it in a certain spot, and you should be able to know how close it is to each spot. I thought about doing this with ESP32s, but you can't, because ESP32s have just the Bluetooth low energy, which is only like 4.1 or something, and there's a 5, and I don't know. There's some reason why this wouldn't work with ESP32s. But so far, I mean, I went through all the install last night, and I didn't get any errors. So as far as I know, it's working. Now I just need to do the part about Home Assistant and test it out. But that would be pretty cool, because if that's the case, if we could have, Andigal, I tried that, and I tried it with ESP32s, and the reason I couldn't get it to work was because it wouldn't, because the devices changed the addresses that they broadcast. And so at least for the RSSI, maybe there's a way to do it in with ESPHome. If there is, and you can teach me, I would love to learn. But the way I tried to do it, it wouldn't work. But the Raspberry Pi has also just BTE. So read this explanation and let me know what you think, because his explanation was really pretty good. Was this the one? And I don't remember why. Anyways, check this out and see if you think it'll work. And if somebody has a working ESP32 presence detection thing, I'm all for trying it and doing it, because that's what I would love to do. But I have not found an ESP32 based presence detection system that works. Update on Mycroft? We could put Mycroft on the list. I don't know if I'll get to that. Have you been using it? I don't think ESPHome can do it. ESPHome can do, so what I saw with ESPHome and what I tried was Epstein, what? Not Bluetooth Classic. And it had something to do with Bluetooth Classic versus Bluetooth Low Energy. And obviously those are things that I don't understand. Stop. What am I doing? What am I doing? Knucklehead. All right. So I tried this. And it didn't give me what I was hoping to be able to get. But it didn't give me what I was hoping to get. Anytime, Mark. Anytime. All right. Jaime Hall. Poll instructions. Okay, here we go. Poll, then comma separated by the subjects. That's awesome. Okay, let's do it. I'm going to do the poll in Discord. Let's do it. So we're going to go poll, and we're going to go fully kiosk, number 1. And for those of you that don't know what that is, it's a browser that you can put on, I don't know if it can go on any device, but it certainly for Android devices, Fire tablets or what I have. And I don't know if it's iOS or not. But anyways, it gives you, besides a kiosk like borderless browser, it gives you the ability to get a lot of information from the device, from the tablet, temperature, camera data, and also send commands to the device. So you can change what's displayed. You can turn it on, turn it off. A lot of cool stuff. So fully kiosk browser, Was that all it? Oh, gosh, dang. And then what else was there going to be? Well, we can try, there's a couple different ones. We can try this Home Assistant Bluetooth proximity service. That's one to try. Well, we can let's just lump them together and say Bluetooth presence. Bluetooth detection. We'll do that. And then I want to try and get Bitwarden working, but I would need some assistance because I couldn't get that one working. What were some of the other things we talked about? Doesn't do BLE with rolling MAC addresses. Yeah, there's the problem. Did I see your post? I don't think so. Renee, where did you post? Was it Discord or was it here? Tell me what you posted. Do I have an example of my ESPHome code from when I tried that? Yeah, I can show you what I tried. Well, it's got the MAC address on my phone, but I don't suppose that matters too much. Oh, MariaDB. Sure, we could do MariaDB. That's an easy one. And don't forget, Sir Goodenough made a good video about that. You can post that link again, my amigo. Nothing broke tonight? Oh, it broke for a minute. It was a brief break, Carlo. It was a brief, and Frank threw me a lifeline pretty quickly. Oh, Hyperion. What kind of an idiot am I? Hyperion. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, okay. That's good enough. So of those things, Hyperion, I've got a pretty decent handle on. Fully kiosk browser, I think we can work out together. Bluetooth detection, we've got a few different options that we can look at. And Bitwarden, I've set it up, but it's not working quite right, so I'm not sure. So here we go. Cast your votes at the straw poll. And you can also just click this link. So that's awesome. It just set that up. Oh my gosh. Blade, you beautiful genius. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with what? If you want to vote, you click that link and go vote there. Photo bombing the stream. Anybody want to be on the stream? Put your name in right now in Discord. Above where you're typing the poll. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was you, Renee. How did I not know that was you? It says Renee right there. Finally managed to get Nest thermostat packets to work. Use Noobs. Come on in. It's about time. Oh, they left. Nest integration. Here's a link to the solution for the Nest. All right. Excellent. Anybody wants that, they can grab it right there. Somebody was having some ideas or some problems. Good times. Good times. All right. He's not done yet. Don't forget Frank's 3D printer. I would love to go shopping for Frank's 3D printer. I would love to. Yeah, I've kind of gotten off of the free stuff wagon. Thank goodness. It's kind of a grind. But I know Banggood buddy Woody would send you a 3D printer, Frank. He'd send you an Ender 3 drop of a hat. If you want his contact information, I'll give it to you. I think it's probably for you more about not having the time to play with it. All right. Should we check the results? Let's check the results. Oh, man. Look at that. Bluetooth detection and fully kiosk. Throw some face detection. Oh, jeez. Getting off the tech stuff wagon. Give you time to finish projects. That's what I found. Yeah, that's for sure. Send me one instead. You know what, Steve? If you can make a video about it that we can post, we can work it out. I've said that before. We could try and do stuff like that. Like, people want to send me stuff that I don't want, that I don't have time to play with, that I'm sometimes just not even interested in. because they want a video made about it and they want it posted on the channel. What if we came up with a way that I could get those things sent to somebody else who wants to make the video and we post it on the channel? You know, they get what they want because they want a channel where there's subscribers and it'll get views and stuff. Somebody out there in the world gets something that they want, you know, 3D printer or a widget of whatever kind. I don't know what it does for me. I guess I get to post the video, maybe. I will do the add-ons if Banggood sends me a printer. 3.8, if you want to give that a try, let's chat about that, amigo. We can make that happen. And Sir Good Enough, we can make that happen too. And I think it'd be good for you guys, some of you guys that are starting to make videos, if you want to. Is there a reason why I shouldn't say, make a video, we'll post it on my channel and you can advertise the crap out of yourselves? That's fine with me. I think that's a good deal. Good night, everybody. Mitch is signing off. Okay, let's get the kids up here. This is going to be interesting. So this will keep going for a while. We'll keep this going. Fully Kiosk is up just a little bit. Okay. Well, that, at least, if nothing else, we know what we'll do for the next 2 days, right? Talk to Rudy about getting us all a price. The simultaneous package check is about to arrive. Oh, the stimulus package check. Yeah, Banggood might get here after Christmas. Great show. Thanks. Thank you, Niles. A media empire. Yeah. So I found that GPS battery detection from the HA app has been awesome. Oh, cool. From the Home Assistant app. You know what? That's something I need to do. I need to install the Home Assistant app. Where's the link to the poll? Oh, let's get the link to the poll. Somebody get Gary the link to the poll. Is there, Sir Good Enough, is there a way to get it? Is there a way to get it to repost? Try that. Have I updated HasIO to the newest update that came out today? I have not. MIY. I have not, because I know for sure that it's not going to work for me. I know I'm going to have a break because I tried the beta and there's a break. Oh, Blade's at work. Still broken. Blade's at work. Oh, Blade is working on it. Oh, okay. Is he not here? He must be actually doing some real work. Okay, let's pull up. We got to get the kids up here. Let's get the kids up here and do this thing. Ring.
It's time for sign on. It's time for sign on. It's time for sign on.
Here they come up the stairs. Can't remember which one I've been using. I like that one, but that one's hard to see. That's the one I've been using. I think I can put an image behind here of my own. I haven't done that yet. Do you like my new background? It's springtime. So I got a different background. And I tried to do like something colorful, but I didn't want to do flowers. Whoa. How's it going?
Whoa.
Come here, princess. What happened? My face is upside down.
Wait, I don't see
it. Okay. All right. All right. Oh, you tired, baby. Speaking of real work I have to do.
Yeah,
Thanks for all the work so far, Aziz. You're welcome.
Woke up at like 12 or 1, and like we were like up for like an hour.
In the middle of the night?
And,
You guys were so excited about your little Easter egg hunt?
We couldn't really go to sleep. We woke up. And then, like,
How do we want to... All right. Thank you, Natix. Okay, how do we want to sign off, kiddies?
wait, Daddy, he did one. Press one.
Let's sign off like a princess. Oh, he did one, so you want to press one? What do you want to press? You want to press the unicorns?
This one.
That one? Okay.
What does that say?
It's just a reminder not to touch my face. Okay, let's sign off like cheerleaders. Ready? 1, 2, 3. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, adios. Okay, bye everybody.
You are
We'll
not
see you
a
tomorrow.
girl.
Oh, we didn't talk about what time tomorrow, but I think we're gonna do the same time. Okay?
24 hours? We didn't.
They keep talking about 24
We
hours.
should do it.
Oh my gosh, Mama would let me. Okay.
We should.
Bye everybody. Have a good day.